Today I'm going to show you how to create blogs on your website. You'll find the blog widget on the left-hand side when you're in the editor mode. This is where you'll be able to add new posts, edit the posts, and change the layout of how this looks when you're on the individual blog page. To create a new blog, you're going to hit New Post at the top. We're going to title this. And you can choose a post author. For me, I'm going to choose myself. You can also add a post image right now. I'll also show you where to add this in the future. Once that uploads, you can hit start and it will pull in the blog posts. So this is a simple layout. One, you'll have the image in the background at the very top with the title that you won't be able to change. This is using the title that you put in the previous step. And this is what a default blog post looks like. Now, I'm not going to use all of these things here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete the image, but I am using the text field. You can add more widgets by going up to the widgets and inputting any other widgets that you'd like. So first, I'm going to go and change the blog post text. I've imported the post from a Word doc. You can write it directly in here if you'd like as well. I'm going to bold up certain items here. And the real nice part about this is the fonts that match your website have already been styled here. So if I go in here and change this heading, it will match the rest of my site. And so a quick tip is heading 1 is your main font. Heading 2 is the white version of that main font. Heading 3 is the sub font, which is this orange for this site. And heading 4 is the same sub font in white. So anytime you change things to heading 1, 2, 3, or 4, it will match the fonts on your site. After I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and go to the post settings here. And this is where you'll be able to see all of the little things that you can schedule out. So first, you have schedule post. If you wanted to schedule this for a certain day or time, you can actually save and it'll publish automatically at that time. You can change the URL of your website. So if you want, or the blog post, if you wanted this to be shorter and just say evergreen content, you can do that. Just a note, you can't have spaces in this. It has to be dashes for URL. If you scroll down, you'll notice that you'll see a couple other items here, post details and post SEO settings. So this post detail here is how social media will show this image. So if you're copy and pasting this URL to Facebook, you'll notice that sometimes it preloads the text, the title of the blog, and some verbiage. This is where it'll get it, from the post title and the image here. And you can change that up. What this is here is this will take the same blog and show it for Google, meaning this is the title that you can set for Google, and this is the image you can set for Google. And so you can change up what social media or Google sees when they quick share your post here. Most of the time, you'll leave this the same, and you can just leave this as is. Lastly, this is the categories, and this is where it's important. I'm going to tag this as a buyer post. And why this is important is, let's say you wanted to show certain blog posts on certain pages. I have some escrow blog posts. I have like home buying definitions. I only want that to be shown to buyers because it isn't really relevant for, let's say, certain sellers. So I will post tag this as a buyer. You can very well tag this multiple things. So if this is relevant to both buyers and sellers, if this is relevant to a certain city, you can tag as many tags in a blog post as possible. And where this is helpful is once we publish this post, we can actually hit done. We're going to go navigate to a page. Let's say we're going to the buy page. And we're going to insert this blog into here. And I'm going to go to widgets, and it's called a post. And I'm going to pull in a post into this area. And you'll see their newest post is here. And let's say I only wanted certain posts by tags, and this is why these tags are helpful. You can just choose the certain tag for that certain post that you want to show. So if I am on a seller page and I only wanted to show seller blogs, I would hit seller. If I was on the buyer page and wanted to show only buyer blogs, I would hit buyer. Same thing can be said for different cities. You can organize it by counties. So this is how it's super helpful to have these tags on here. One other thing is, while we're going back to the posts here, let's say you wanted to insert a video. You would go over to widgets, you can hit video, hover it over, insert. All you would need to do is paste in the YouTube URL, just like that. And let's say I wanted to center this up. I'm going to right click it and center it, and that's the video there. So a couple of other things. If you wanted to change the layout of how this looks, maybe you didn't want the blog as wide as it is right now, just reach out to us. You can use this commenting tool here as well and just say, hey, can we make this narrower? Or can we change how the background up there shows? Can we not put the background photo behind the text up there because it gets cut off? So just let us know exactly what you'd like. All this is customizable. We can do that on our end, but this is how you would add new blogs to the site.